Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to our first time home buyers seminar. We're happy to have you with us. We are recording for those who registered but were unable to make it today. Also recording as a resource. So if you would like to have the link for the video recording afterwards, please feel free to just send us a message in the chat if you just write your email address, or I will make sure that I put my contact information out there, and then you can just message me directly and let me know. We like to make sure you guys have this information. It's very valuable information to be able to refer back to. The purpose today is to go through some information and then also allow some time for Q&A at the end. So definitely make sure you have your pens and your papers handy to jot down some of the information and also to record some of your questions or thoughts that come up. I'm Stephanie. I will be sort of moderating and watching the chat group. So if you want to use the chat, if something comes up, that will be a great place as well during the presentation for you to share some of your questions. And then I'll just sort of assist with that just so we don't interrupt the flow too much of Alysha's presentation today. Alysha, hi.
Hi, everyone. Thank you all for coming tonight. We really appreciate it. This is our opportunity to let you guys know about how the market is at the current moment, and ways to really get into obtain homeownership, right? So that's the goal tonight, to provide you with the insights on what's required towards purchasing your first home. And just as a rule of thumb, it may not be your first home or your dream home, but your dream home. But keep in mind that this is just a way to get into the market, okay? And obviously, towards generational wealth, that's what your aim is for you and your family. All right, so that was our first welcome introduction here. Now, the one thing I want to make sure everybody's aware is that the one thing you definitely want to keep in mind is to have a positive mindset. It's easy to fall into the mindset that you can't do it, or that you're not worthy to achieve this particular success that you desire. And then this is the wrong mindset to have. It's all about focusing on the possibilities rather than the limitations that it could be ahead of you, and to empower you to take consistent action towards your objectives. So the goal is to achieving your goals, regardless of whatever that is. It involves to be optimism, realistic, and determination in facing all of those types of challenges. With that positive outlook, there are setbacks that could happen, but these become opportunities for growth and learning rather than roadblocks. And this mindset will then fuel, in terms of the motivation, being creative, ways to think outside the box, and just a sense of purpose and guiding you through these obstacles towards success. So ultimately, maintaining positivity is not just about achieving goals. It's about embracing the journey as well, with enthusiasm, confidence, and belief in your ability to create the life that you desire. So in no particular order, one of the first things that I would always say is that you want to start saving for a down payment. Preparing for this journey into home ownership requires a lot of discipline and patience. And it can take years to obtain an attractive down payment, which for what you're looking for, right? Now, one of the first things you need to do is obviously to create a budget and commit to it. This one task will get you one step closer to your goal. So it comes to making sure that you're literally spending the money where you need to spend it, and not obviously overspending on things that you don't need, because your goal right now is to obtain home ownership. Also to note that the average down payment for first-time home buyers is 5 to 10% of the purchasing cost. In Canada's mortgage lending rules, they require buyers to provide at least 5% down payment on homes that cost less than $500,000. And if the home costs more than $500,000, then you need a minimum of 5% down on the first $500,000 and 10% on the remainder. And if the home costs over $1 million or more, the mortgage loan insurance is not available. Therefore, you'll need to put down 20%. Okay. Now, obviously the best thing to do when it does comes to when you decide to, I should say, to get into the real estate industry and market is to choose a right agent. It's important to choose the right agent to represent you and someone who will understand your real estate goals. Because buying a home is obviously one of the biggest transactions you'll ever make in your life. And you want to get a time and attention of a trustworthy realtor. Here at Stewart Lowe Realty, our team of agents, we collectively bring over 15 years of invaluable experience to the table. We're obviously very committed to ensuring that your real estate endeavors thrive, and our clients can count on us to provide expert guidance and support throughout their journey in the real estate market. One of the things I could say that we witnessed is on our own journeys as being realtors that we're not literally just realtors. We are counselors. We are, just like guidance. We guide a lot of people along the way. We hold your hand. We really do take on that role of guiding you through the whole process so that you feel secure in making this very important decision of your life, right? So that's what we do here at Stewart Lowe Realty, and that's our goal and needs for you. Now, there are a few programs that the federal and provincial government provide for first-time home buyers. I'm going to list just 3 of them. There are a few more that are available on their website. And I'm also going to provide the actual link here for you in the chat. But the first-time home buyers tax credit. This is also known as the home buyer's amount, and it is a non-refundable credit of $10,000 for the first-time home buyers. It results in a tax rebate of up to $1,500. So this isn't the kind of assistance that will help you buy a home or qualify for a mortgage, but it will make that first year of home ownership a little bit more affordable. So it's a little bit of incentive of being a first-time home buyer that you can look forward to after that first year. And the second one I'm going to let you guys know about is where the federal government has announced about the 30-year amortization for the first-time buyers for mortgages on newly constructed homes. So this announcement does come into effect as of August the 1st of this year, and they will allow the amortization to increase. Right now it's at 25 years, so they're allowing it to increase up to 30 years for first-time home buyers purchasing newly built homes. And it's given households obviously a long time to pay down the overall mortgage, and that can mean paying more over time in interest, but it reduces the monthly carrying cost on the loan. And then the third program I want to let you guys know about is and this comes into effect as of, or they introduced it, as of April the 16th of this month, where it's called the Home Buyers Plan. It allows you to take up to $60,000 of an RRSP tax-free, so that you can put it towards the down payment of your primary residence. So the previous HBP withdrawal limit was $35,000, and in order to qualify, you must be a first-time buyer, be a resident of Canada from when you withdraw the funds until your home is bought or built, and you intend to use the home as your principal residence within a year of buying or building it. And then these funds can be taken from your RSP tax-free, but must start to be repaid within 5 years and fully paid off within 15 years. So this is obviously a way for first-time home buyers to kind of get in, a way for you to save for either, just say, down payment, closing costs, whatever the case is. It'll help with those expenses in terms of closing on your home. Okay. Now, like I said, there's a lot more that are on the government website that you might be well interested in. There's also particular ones that are geared towards particular regions. Like I know that the Kitchener, Cambridge, Waterloo region has one geared for first-time home buyers as well. So it's definitely worth looking to not just provincial or federal programs, but even seeing if there's anything regional wise that that the city or your province offers. Now, your credit score and history. There are two major credit bureaus in Canada, and mainly is Equifax or TransUnion, and they would provide a credit reporting for a particular fee. I think it's roughly around, I want to say about $19.99 for an actual fee for your report. Now, this is knowing, or this is important to know because knowing what your credit score is and making a disciplined action to tackle any and all your debts will position you for success in obtaining a mortgage and closing on your property. It's very important to be aware of where you currently are and what you need to do in order to increase that credit score. I know the minimum for a mortgage is about 680, and you want to make sure that you're creating as much leverage as possible so that you're favorable in the eyes of the lender. Okay. There are some free credit reporting companies such as Borrow and like Credit Karma, but lenders rely on the trusted companies for your most accurate credit history. It'll be good for yourself if you want to monitor your own like your actual day-to-day credit history and report so you kind of know where you stand. But in terms of what the banks or lenders are seeing, just keep in mind they're going to look for those ones. So you always want to know what is currently on your report when it comes to those particular major credit bureaus. All right, now obtaining a pre-approval is obviously important because that's where you know where you stand. And speaking with a mortgage broker to see what your current position is in terms of your finances is key. They'll be able to let you know what you need to do to increase your chances for a higher approval from a lender. And they can also obtain a better mortgage rate and explore other options. So we do have some trusted professional mortgage brokers that we do work with. It is recommended that you choose someone that you can be truthful with about your finances so they can help you reach your goal. And a great place to start is to speak with your bank to see what they offer. But a mortgage broker will be able to search for more options and better rates. Okay. And sometimes just keep a note, even if the bank is not able to approve you for a mortgage broker may still be able to assist you and actually find a lender that will approve you. So I feel like a mortgage broker creates a lot more range of options rather than the bank, because the bank is only going to go with what they provide and what their rate is, and that's it. There's no way to work around that. Now, obviously, the fun happens here when it comes to house hunting. So once you get all the important things out the way, obviously starting looking for a property that meets your needs is where the next goal is. So one of the rules I like to look at is that rule number one, the home that you find may not necessarily be your forever home, but rather a way into the market. And rule number two is that knowing what your non-negotiable lists are, like what are you absolutely cannot do without. Okay. So you may find properties that check everything off your list except for that one minor detail. And this is where you might need to learn to, compromise for the overall bigger picture, which is to at least enter the market. And, over time, once say you build equity on a particular property, you can use that to then purchase another property at a later time, another date, right? So our goal as realtors, or we're here to advise you on what the current market is, locations that are favorable in terms of the equity building at a maybe faster rate than others. So this is where we come in terms of really looking at what the market is currently at right at this moment and how we can help navigate you to pushing you toward a better situation, a better goal, a better opportunity into the market. Now, I always think about what other. I think the main thing that a lot of people think about is that I just need to get in on by myself or with my partner. But there's always creative ways to enter. One of the ones that we like the most is pre-construction, and it's a way to enter immediately and not have to worry about where you currently stand in terms of your finances. So it gives you time to build on your credit and pay down your debts prior to closing. A lot of pre-constructions take probably about 2 years, anywhere between a year to 3 years before you actually are able to close on the property. So it gives you that time to really, for one, pay down on the deposit, and for two, to fix up your finances so that you're favorable to the lenders when it comes time to now shop for a mortgage. Okay. Now, the current house market right now, according to CREA, which is the Canadian Real Estate Association, the average cost of homes within Ontario has steadily increased over the last 9 years. There are moments where it has gone up, or it's come down a bit, but it's usually on average about the same. And as you can see from 2000, and I think it's 2019, no, 2015, sorry. It started from 2015 to January 2015 in this particular table up until I think it's 2024 of this year. Yes. So it's showing you from there, like into the 9 years, that as you can see, the price of homes are increasing. And this is your opportunity to pretty much get into the market when you're able to and as soon as possible, because the price of homes are steadily increasing. And obviously that does range based on the location, but most importantly is that they are steadily increasing almost year after year. And sometimes a lot of people feel like it's just hard to get in. They don't know when they're able to get in, especially first-time home buyers. And I think that's the fear that a lot of people have, because it seems almost like out of reach for a lot of people. And we're here to let you guys know that that's not necessarily the case. There are a lot of ways to get in, and not to be afraid. I think we just have to take that leap of faith and just really just get in there. And as professionals in the real estate market, we're here as realtors to really guide you through that. So we do have a few like pre-construction projects currently that we have our hands on and have come on our desk. And there's a few, one's called the Pioneer Park townhomes, and that's in Kitchener. And that's just starting from the high 400s. There's another one in Hamilton that's starting from the 429,000, 429,000. And there's another one called Argyle. Argyle is stocked condo townhomes, and that's from the mid 500s. And then there's one called Empire Winfield in Brantford. That's some condo townhomes, and they're detached from the 500s as well, from the mid 500s as well. And with the design district, that particular pre-construction project, they offer a 10% interest on deposits. They have like one price per model type. So if you want a 1 bedroom plus 1 den, it's the same price for all of them. It doesn't matter if the square footage is a little bit bigger here compared to another 1 bedroom plus den. It's all the same price right around, as long as it's the same type of bedrooms and baths, that is everything's exact same. So that one's actually a really great one because of that feature. And it also has a great deposit structure where you have 5,000 down on sign-in, and then gradually you're able to pay that off up to, I think it's a 15%. Now we also have some projects in Calgary. that I think is definitely worth mentioning, because I think everybody feels like you have to get in the Ontario market or Toronto market, but going also out of province to Alberta is worth knowing, because of the fact that Calgary's population is steadily increasing. Right now, Calgary is the fourth largest city in Canada and has experienced the largest population growth among major cities in Canada. So, there's a actual project called the Clover Condos, where they offer, first of all, it's starting at $375,000. They have a 2-year free condo free fee, a 2-year rental guarantee, 2-year property management, and that's starting from like 610 square footage. So, and also that's like 2 bedroom, 2 bath type of layout. So as you can see, it's very affordable in Calgary to get your foot in the door in terms of the market. They also have there's another one called another townhomes in Calgary that also start at 500,000 as well, and they're ready to house semi and detached properties from the mid or high 500,000. And the actual builder is, as an incentive, is like, so if you put on additional 75,000, they'll complete the basement. So these are great incentives right now, based on the pre-construction projects that are happening over Canada. And right now, the incentives that the builders have for our buyers is amazing. And we're literally letting a lot of our clients know this is the best time to enter, because at least you're getting a lot more for your money, because a lot of the builders are providing a lot of these great incentives and stretch deposit structures. So you don't feel like you have to have everything down right now. Like, it's amazing of what type of incentives are out there. And there's so many projects right now that are available, that if you have any questions about, where would you be able to start, here at our team will be able to provide you with ways of how to get into it, which project would probably be great based on your situation, and really get you in that door. So, and right now we have any questions about the actual presentation. I hope that all these particular tips was important, and you're able to find great insights about them. But yeah, is there any questions right now in the chat, Stephanie?
Hey, there was not any questions as yet. I wanted to point out a few things. One of them was definitely reviewing one of the projects. We were at a launch in Brantford this week, so I wanted to highlight a few more of those because it's a really great place. The other thing, if you can, you had mentioned some of the communities that have some incentives. So, for example, you had mentioned Kitchener-Waterloo. Are you able to share a little bit more about what kind of incentives are out there?
Yes, let me just double check. I think I have it here. So there's one called, okay, so the region of Waterloo, where they have, it's called, which includes, so it's a housing hotspots for
Mhm.
Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge. They offer eligible residents a 5% loan that they can use for a down payment on properties worth 506,000 or less. So to be eligible, your household income cannot exceed $101,300, and you must have reside in the region for at least the last 12 months.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's one there. And because Kitchener is such a really booming city right now,
Mhm.
and there's a lot of great projects there. The region of Waterloo has such amazing projects right now, and because they're so close to like these universities, colleges, they're actually really good for, if you're as an investor, in terms of just, okay, I'm going to buy a property, I'm going to rent it out. This is a great opportunity for that, because of the fact that it's a booming city. So that's one. Another one is Simcoe County's home ownership program. That's obviously in
Mm.
Simcoe. Kingston. Kingston has a renter's household in Kingston or the surrounding country where they give a pre-tax income lower than 94,000 can apply for a forgivable loan to help build their down payment. The loan is worth up to 10% of the purchasing price of a home price at $440,000 or less. So
Awesome.
there actually are some really great programs locally in your, your municipalities that you should look into. Um, in terms of to see if there's something they can offer. I don't think a lot of people know about that one. A lot of people know about the federal and provincial ones because obviously that's the main one that is advertised and promoted. But it's worth to look into what the local cities have.
Yeah, exactly. There's so much value in going a little bit out of the core, out of the city core. Even with the new first-time home buyer incentive with the extended amortization, there are properties that fit, builders outside of Toronto area are asking for 10% on their homes. And so you can have access to these things if you just move a little bit further out, right? Getting a little bit more house for a lower price, and then also having the benefit of some of these incentives that are offered. So that was a really awesome point that you highlighted. Hope you guys noted some of that down. So the area that I wanted to touch on briefly, you had mentioned like Argyle and Guelph, Design District, awesome project, great incentives, earning 10% interest on your deposit. Like that's incredible. I know you mentioned the project in Kitchener, which hopefully you get some of these incentives as well. Empire in Winfield. Winfield is the community in Brantford, which is it's great. It's been a growing community over the last few years. Like I think they said that they've been there like 20, 23 years, which is pretty cool. Just building and developing. They have top rated schools there. They are located, I think it's about, I don't want to give the wrong number here, but yeah, 13 minutes to the 403, 20 minutes to the highway 401. They're driving distance towards Buffalo Rainbow Bridge. I think that's like about an hour and a half. The
Yeah.
airport, 33 minutes in Hamilton, and then it is an hour and 6 minutes to Pearson. So it's well located, in terms of access to getting in and out of the city. You have Hamilton, Kitchener, Burlington, all within a reasonable driving distance. So a great place to be able to, buy and invest, whether you're investing to maybe some of the students that are there, Conestoga College, Wilfrid Laurier, that's all
Yeah.
within Brantford and then surrounding. So there's a lot going on. And with some of these smaller towns, you have to do a little bit of research or make sure you're connected with, a realtor like Alysha, myself, someone on our team who, takes the time to do some of the research on these locations. So if you're buying into an area where the population is growing, more businesses are coming, the GO train is going to be connected there as well. Just kind of see if I can give that, like being specific. But just more, highway connections, transportation, businesses coming in are all things that help to build your property value. So if you think of buying into somewhere like Toronto, Mississauga now, the price point is quite higher because these cities are so developed. But if you're getting into a city where, a smaller town, just a little bit outside, that's continuing to grow, you're going to get quite a lot of value. So I kind of wanted to highlight some of those tips.
Yeah,
The
I think
sales.
also with Kitchener. Yeah, I think Kitchener also had that ion transit, like that was coming out just now too. And that
Mhm.
was like a big one, right? Yeah.
Absolutely. So all good key things to kind of look for in a growing community. So these in Empire, it's like a 10% deposit that's extended over 210 days. We have a few inventory homes, so if you are new in the market and looking to close on something like by the end of the summer, it's a great value to be able to take advantage of those. Otherwise, this new launch properties will be closing in 2025. The condo townhomes, which have 3 beds, and you guys can again reach out and connect with us, sorry, to get some of the floor plans. But you know, 3 bedroom townhome starting from 574,000, or say 575,000. That's brand new home. You have $5,000 towards decor. These condo townhomes have 2 years free maintenance plus 3 appliances. So great start. The freehold townhome. So if you're prefer that, the starting price point is just a little higher, 629,000. Still have $5,000 for decor. You get 5 appliances with this one, and again, 10% spread out over 210 days. And then the detached homes are actually starting from 749,000. Again, incredible, great floor plans, really beautiful community. Like I said, trails, schools, parks, everything is there, but such great value. Yeah, so I wanted to just kind of touch on that, let you guys know what's out there. So pre-construction, you're able to just utilize that 35 year amortization for first-time home buyers. So something like this is awesome. And this builder, they have energy efficient homes, so they're qualifying for that as well. So it's really exciting project. We're just at the launch yesterday. So
Oh, that's another great incentive right there for
yeah.
a tax write-off. So it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if there are not any more questions, you guys, we're here for you for that. I could stop recording in case in case that's some of the hesitation. But yeah, we just really wanted to thank you guys for coming out. Like Alysha said, hope that you found the information helpful. This is a great place to get an idea on where to start and start planning out. You know, one of the first things, of course, is getting that pre-approval done. And Kay, if you want to say hi, Kayan is on the call with us. She is a mortgage broker. And, you know, when people call us to get started with the process, then we usually call them and kind of make sure that we're connected to have an understanding of the numbers. What's our pre-approved amount, and then able to go shopping. Okay, if you wanted to say hi, you can.
Hi,
Okay.
bitch. Oh, I doing. Hi.
Hello. Thanks so much for being with us today.
No problem. I wanted to just come on and support as usual and just, say hi.
Good.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much. Cool.
Okay.
So, Kay, as well, if you wanted, you could put your information in the contact, in the chat, sorry, just in case anybody wanted to reach out or had some mortgage questions.
I'm driving. I can't even type.
Okay. No worries. No worries. Our info is there. They can reach out and ask.
Okay.
Yeah, so just wanted to
Okay.
give you guys one more opportunity in case anybody on the call does have some questions, a little unsure on where to get started or any questions on any of the info that we shared today. Please let us know. All right. Well,
Well, thank you guys all for coming out. We appreciate it. This is the first step, obviously, towards home ownership. And we want to extend our sincerest gratitude to each of you today for joining us. Your presence, engagement, obviously, have made this session truly special. And just remember that embarking on the journey to home ownership is exciting and empowering one. And the whole process is just to go through the flow of the journey. The journey is what it's all about. Don't get discouraged. Just keep the faith, and we're here to help you, guide you through that particular journey. So, thank you all for coming. We appreciate it, and have a good night.
Thank you.